What's up? This is Devon Hill, aka CFoo, CEO, CIO, CFO of Champion Breed Unlimited. I've been doing this since October 2007, full-fledged as a coach. As far as I'm concerned, as long as I've been doing it, you inherit a whole lot of different roles. As far as the coach is concerned, we meet different people. They also deal with different personalities as far as it's concerned. And the thing that I feel that stands us out more than other clubs is that we've become very personal with our fighters and our clients. We're not just a boxing entity, but we do fitness. We do a whole lot of different things, trying to band different cultures into one united front, to be a part of something bigger than what it is. And so far, we've been successful at it, and I wouldn't change what I do for anything.
Okay, Devon, I know that you're a coach and you're the founder of Champion Breed Unlimited, but I also know that you're a fighter. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was trained. I started boxing since I've been off and on with it, to be honest with you. I was a street kid. I was, out there hustling, real life, chasing girls and stuff like that. But when I actually started to take it serious, I met with Sam Simmons and Jose Garcia, who actually made me what I am as far as boxing. They took me everywhere for sparring. I sparred a lot of different pros. I fought in the Golden Gloves. I fought as a master. I was a pro sparring partner with various fighters. And when I felt that they weren't, when they were pursuing other interests, that's when I felt like I had to do this on my own. So I guess I got into coaching.
Okay. Tell me how you made that transition, or what that felt like for you, or how it became important for you to become a coach from being a fighter.
Well, when they were training me, I was really good at what I was doing. The difference was that within myself I felt incomplete, and I was still thirsty for more skill. So eventually, as I became a professional sparring partner for some of the pro fighters out there, I started realizing what I wanted as a fighter. So I evolved into coaching and started really studying it in the aspects of learning the do's and the don'ts of the rules, really getting into the fighting technically. I even got into various gyms, I sparred different guys on my own. I would never tell my coach that, but it really made me better as a leader, because then I knew what I had to offer to someone coming in blind.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about Champion Breed.
All right, Champion Breed, again, as I said, was founded in October 2007. I named it Champion Breed because I feel that you don't have to be an athlete to train like an athlete. Champion Breed is just a phrase, but unlimited is what I am. I feel that there's nothing that you can't do when you have your mind to it. I love the name Champion Breed because that's how I felt always when I trained. And even without the accolades of the world title belt or the crown or whatever the case may be, I always felt that I was a Champion Breed status. So that's why I named the Champion Breed Unlimited.
Okay, now I understand to be a fighter, it's a lot of physical work in regards to the training, sparring and all the conditioning, the cardio, the running, the jump rope, the mitt work. I know there's a lot entailed into it as in the physical sense, but tell me what you offer beyond that in regards to your coaching.
Well, I offer, it depends on the individual, because there is no set pattern on how we do things. I mean, boxing is 100% mental. I don't care what anybody says as far as them breaking out percentages. It's 100% mental. If you can't do it mentally, you can't do it physically. So as far as catering to the individual, I usually go by based on the vibe I get from them and their personality, and let them know the level of seriousness that they're going to bring into the thing. I don't believe in wasting my time or anyone else's time as far as developing someone to be basically an art form of pugilism. So I always look at it in that aspect.
So it's almost as if you're qualifying the person to train with you,
right?
Instead of the other way around,
right? Because I don't believe that no one's uncoachable. I think if you're considered a really good coach, you can train anyone. If you can't train I mean, there's a lot of coaches out there that title themselves coach, but really aren't coaches. I think a lot of people are misdirected or misinformed about boxing, that it kind of waters it down when they go out there to perform. They give themselves a false hope. So I feel to any coach out there, I say this boldly: if you're a coach, you should be able to train anyone or take someone from someone else that's defected from another camp and alter their habits. If you can't train a fighter from scratch, then you whack. That's just the way I feel.
Really?
Right.
I have a really important question for you,
Right.
Devon, because, you know, as a female, I've heard, you know, a lot of different opinions in regards to women's boxing. Now, I know that women's boxing is going to be in the next Olympics at the amateur level. I think that's very exciting. I'm seeing that, you know, there's more activity in the world of boxing for women. Talk to me about how you feel about it, because I've gotten different opinions, and I really want to know your.
Well, I think personally, women's boxing is a good thing. I've actually thought when I first started coaching, I've always wanted to train women fighters because I thought they were more intense and more loyal to our cause. A lot of coaches, old school coaches, won't do that because they don't feel that that's a woman's place. I totally disagree, because I feel that they have much to contribute to what they're doing as far as the sport is concerned. Why should we prohibit it? Who are we to say that? But also, I also thought of it as an educational experience for myself, because their mindset and focus is more intense, in my opinion, than most men are, because they always feel like there's something they have to prove, because they're considered the lesser dominant person, you know, with the male and female thing. Like their places in the kitchen or at home. I totally disagree with that. I believe that there should be equal opportunity as far as sports is concerned. Not saying that you have to put women with men for them to do a co-ed thing, but they should be able to compete as well. And I have no problem training any female if she wants to be trained.
What about the skill level? Now, there's always been a lot of controversy in regards to like a sport like basketball, where they say the women's basketball, the WNBA, doesn't give you that much. It's not as entertaining to watch because the women aren't as agile, they aren't as physically competitive, or just the skill set is just not at the same level. What do you say about that in female fighters?
I don't believe that either, because you can't base a skill level on gender. You know, like everybody's different. Like Ann Wolf, I'll give you an example. I know Ann Wolf can beat a lot of pro fighters, men, and the way she trains is like incredible. But again, they're still looked at as females. I believe anybody that's in the ring is a fighter, regardless of their gender. I have my female fighters sparring dudes and really getting it in, because again, they feel that there's a sense of that they have something to prove, and I respect that. I mean, everybody has a sense of proving something to someone, but women are more intense because they always look down as far as sports is concerned. So I welcome it. I mean, I don't think that I try to defy the odds. I always like doing that, going against what everybody else is saying. But at the same time, there are a few guys or coaches or whatever it may be that are doing it. I always knew that women's boxing was going to evolve into the sports selection as far as the Olympics is concerned. I even tried to train a girl at one time because I thought that she was going to be good enough to be in the Olympics. But maybe some of them develop a certain cockiness, and then I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. But ultimately, I don't have a problem with women jumping in as far as that's concerned.
Well, it sounds like that you're more interested in the the mindset of an individual and their determination and their commitment to you, as opposed to maybe their skill set or lack of.
Right, because mentally, in order for you to be a part of something, you have to be involved. A lot of people don't understand it. I'll sit and talk to certain people, and yeah, I would love to do that, but I just don't have the heart for that. Like I understand they don't have the commitment, they don't want to do the physical aspect, but it's all mental. If you can't do it mentally, you cannot do it physically. A lot of people they'll feel like it takes too much time to accumulate skill, but it depends on the individual. What do you want out of it? And when you get it, what are you going to do with it?
What do you see for Champion Breed's future?
Well, I believe Champion Breed is going to be a household name. We're still evolving into what I imagine it to be. It depends on how the world turns, really. I can only go about what I see or what's coming at me. I'm always looking for to open the training pro fighters and mentoring young individuals into the sport of boxing, and even doing it on a fitness level, because I feel as a former fighter and master fighter, former fighter meaning in the amateurs and master fighter now, I believe I have a lot to contribute to it because I've actually experienced what they're going to go through. So I don't feel that anyone can really tell me anything different about boxing because I've experienced it all.
Okay, to date, tell me, give me a couple of accomplishments that has occurred with Champion Breed.
Well, I had one fighter that I had. He's a light heavyweight. I trained him for like 3 years, and within the first year, he became like one of the best fighters in New York State. We went to Colorado. He became ranked number 6 in the country. We've been flying everywhere. I mean, we've gone to Europe. We've flown nationally and internationally, Colorado, and places of that nature. And it's been a good experience because we get the chance to see things of other, outside of our perimeter. One of my female fighters, she's a master fighter. She beat an established woman who's actually an author with extremely good skill, international experience, and she's at the time she only had one fight, and she beat this woman who's considered very experienced, and that was a big accomplishment for me because even though I had a little bit of doubt, I still took the fight on a short notice and went there and did what we were supposed to do.
Okay. How many fighters do you have on your team?
That's a good question. I have a lot of fighters. I have 5 good ones right now, and then I have WIPs, which is called work in progresses. I have like maybe 9 others. So I have maybe close to like 14 or 15 fighters altogether.
That sounds like a lot of work, Devon. Is this something that you do full time?
Yes. Boxing is what I love to do, so my own philosophy was I'd rather get up in the morning to do something I love instead of doing something that I have to do. So I actually quit my job just to do this full time, and I've been successful enough, thanks to God, that I've been able to survive and make a living from just this.
Okay, and as far as forming your team, do you see that maybe future up-and-coming coaches or mentors? Do you look to grow the business to where you have fighters and coaches on your staff?
Yes, I would like to have my own gym. I want Champion Breed to be a chain. I don't want it to be just one gym. I want us to be known for the type of programs that we're putting out, the positivity that we're doing. Also, I want it to be like a camp for like pro fighters who want to prepare for their big fights in the pros. To actually give some insight to the younger guys for something to aspire to if this is what they choose to do. I don't force boxing on anyone. I give them an option if this can change your life as far as the training, the discipline upon it, but ultimately they have to make the decision.
Okay, and just one more question. Tell me, besides the boxing, besides being a winner, what else does Champion Breed offer to an individual?
Well, it gives them a different type of self-esteem. There's a lot of people that come into our camp that are very shy or just insecure, very withdrawn from society as they know it or from their families. And most of the time, I'm hired to pick that up or change their life in that aspect of having a purpose. I think I've given off that aura based on my personality to other people and the positive things that I've changed and mentally with a lot of individuals. I mean, some people like at-home moms. Some people just come just because they need somebody to talk to. But then next thing you know, they're working out. I have people that want to bring their kids here because they just can't deal with them at home, or they can't deal with them in school, or they can't deal with them on the street, or they're trying to refrain from the gang life, or just the peer pressure of just growing up. You know, I understand that, so I try to open myself to educate as well.
So in other words, you're looking for Champion Breed to also be like an outreach program for inner city youth and for individuals that want to come in and do something positive.
Of course.
And to feel good.
I think it's important because there's always talks of it, but there never is anything. You always see things on TV about politicians trying to do stuff and they really don't do anything. So I'm going to be one of those guys that's going to make the difference, and I will make a difference.
Okay, I know I said that was the last question, but I actually do have one more because I find this really interesting. Doctors and lawyers, they go to college, they get PhDs to study their, to study those careers. What does a coach do? What does a boxing coach do to acquire more knowledge of this sport, and how do you implement that into your coaching?
Well, we have a boxing website called USA Boxing Metro, where it's very informative on you becoming a coach or referee or just involved in boxing in itself, which can also help you get your licensing as far as becoming a coach of that nature. Anybody that wants to become a coach should be licensed. Which you fill out an application and they do a background check and make sure that you're legitimate or you have no past crime history or something of that nature. And then they have clinics where they teach you the rules of the game and what would you do in certain situations and how to deal with the athlete. I think it's very good because it helped me out a lot as far as what I'm doing, and a lot of it is basic common sense, really, but not everybody's able to apply it because they have their own personal, selfish, individual goals to do whatever they do.
So how do you as a coach on a day-to-day basis, increase your knowledge or experience as a coach, to coaching?
Well, I live in sleep boxing. I mean, I like combat sports. I can't say that there's a comparison with MMA and boxing or martial arts, but to some degree it all derives from boxing. And like Bruce Lee he was like a hero to me. I listened to a lot of stuff that he used to say on his tapes, read his book, and that guy was really intense, but he changed the mindset of an individual who wanted to become more than what they were. Just experiencing them, for them to get them open to seeing different cultures. So did Muhammad Ali. I think they were great when it comes to stuff like that.
So you're saying you study these icons of the sport and of combat sports?
No, I didn't study them. I wanted to become them. I didn't want to be just dreaming about something. I wanted to become who they were because of the mindset that they made people you know, like they had a community. You know, like it doesn't matter if you were white, black, Hispanic, Filipino. It didn't matter to them. And only thing that mattered to them was just for you to feel the beauty of what the art of boxing or martial arts was. And that's what I admire most about them.
And do you want to replicate that, where Champion Breed is multicultural?
Well, I don't know if I can stand in their shoes, but I would definitely try. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty well. I mean, I've definitely touched a lot of people's lives, which is good. And I can say the trophy for me was to see them reach their goal or to become a different person in a positive way. I mean, I never won a Golden Glove title. I never won the World Heavyweight Champion or something like that. But I know I fight as good or better than those people that are out there current. And so I'm able to implement that in what I do with my people.
All right, well, Devon, it sounds like Champion Breed offers boxing training, mentoring, and inspiration to those who want to acquire that at any age, at any level, and to all cultures. I want to thank you very much for your time. Good luck.